So I just recorded this video. I spent over 8-9 minutes just kind of rambling about Roadhouse and film criticism and all of that. And I stopped recording because I was like, I don't really think anything I've said in the last 8 minutes made any sense at all. And I felt like I was just kind of aimlessly rambling. So I'm going to do a take two because I love all y'all. And I'm going to try to make it more coherent this time. But how's it going, everyone? I hope y'all are having a great day. Look, I'm going to be completely honest. There hasn't been a video on this channel since Dune Part 2. And that was only a few weeks ago, but still, I like to put out videos for you guys and interact with you guys. And to be completely honest, the reason why is I just have not been very enthused by the slate of movies we've gotten in the last few weeks. Honestly, I've also been busy at work, done some baseball stuff, but I digress. If I really was interested in any of these movies, I still would have taken the time to make a video. I have not been. And I've seen them. I've seen Kung Fu Panda. I've seen Ghostbusters. I've seen these movies. I just didn't like any of them. I didn't think they were that good. But then I watched Roadhouse. And yes, we are talking about 2024 Roadhouse today. I watched Roadhouse, and it's not critically a good movie. I gave it a 71 out of 100, but I still wanted to talk about it because I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. So I'm going to. Welcome back to another episode of We Need to Talk About, the series where I talk about the movies that I rate highly, but today we're not. We're talking about Roadhouse. 71 out of 100. So why am I talking about Roadhouse? At the end of the day, I just enjoyed it, so I wanted to talk about it, even though I rated it poorly critically. Look, I think what I was trying to say in the first attempt of this is you can be critical of a movie, but you can still enjoy it. I think that was the main thesis I was trying to come up with in that first take and never was able to coherently get to. But you can critique a movie and still enjoy the hell out of it. And you hear those, it's so bad that it's good type movies, all the guilty pleasure movies. But even then, like guilty pleasure movies, people usually rate highly. They're like, yeah, I love this movie. So bad that it's good movies, I think, are a little on the other side of the spectrum where it's still like really, really bad, but it's like kind of funny how bad it is. Where Roadhouse kind of falls in that middle to me. I think it kind of falls in that middle where it's not really that good of a movie, but it's still like fun, and I had a good time with it. So let's talk Roadhouse before I continue to aimlessly ramble. It is fun. It is. I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was 2 hours of sitting in bed watching on Amazon Prime. I actually kind of would have liked to see this in a theater. I'm not going to lie. I think it probably would have been a fun theater experience. But nonetheless, watched it in bed on Amazon Prime and enjoyed the hell out of it. I think Jake Gyllenhaal is really good here. I think that he is absolutely ripped. I mean, that's not a thing. He is ripped, so credit to him. But I think he brings this charisma, this enthusiasm to the role that's very welcome. I really enjoyed that. That was one of the shining parts of this. The action is fun. I've seen people critiquing the action, saying the action sucks, and saying like the different type of the way the action's filmed is bad. And I can understand those criticisms. Like, you see some of that stuff. Like, there's one sequence in particular, and if you watch the movie, you know which one I'm talking about with the truck on the bridge. You know what I'm talking about. That sequence is, like, ridiculous. Makes no sense. And you can tell that it's, like, really not well done. But other than that, like, the hand-to-hand combat, the mixed martial arts, especially the fights between McGregor and Gyllenhaal, I thought were good. I had no problem with them. And honestly, I was kind of locked in. And I'm not even like a big fight guy. Like, I don't watch the UFC or anything. Like, I'm not even a big fight guy, but I was like into this. I was locked the hell in. Wanting to see what happened because it was entertaining. But let's get to the bad though. That was kind of all the good. Let's get to the bad. I think Conor McGregor is laughably horrible here. I do not ever want to see Conor McGregor in a movie ever again. I'm sorry. I love Conor McGregor. I think he's an awesome, badass fighter. He's created so many business. He's a badass. But Not a good actor. So sorry. Let's move away from that part of your life, Conor, and let's focus on the other stuff because you're a bad actor, Conor. You're bad. He was bad. I think he was miscast. I think there was some miscastings in general. I think Gyllenhaal was one of the few shining lights cast-wise. I mean, it is his movie, so he has to be. But I didn't love it. I thought the villain was incredibly generic. Any throwaway rich boy villain. Nothing new there. And that kind of goes to the writing. Written very generically. I think the story beats are incredibly predictable. And this is coming from someone who has not seen the original Roadhouse. Yeah, come at me, whatever. I don't care. Has not seen the original Roadhouse. But the beats were still predictable, like other movies that we've seen in the past. So there was nothing new here that I could really sink my teeth into. There's no substance here. There's a relationship, and I didn't buy it, and it happened so fast, but then it was over. It was confusing, and I didn't love it. And then there's the cops, and there's a lot going on in such a short amount of time, and none of it is fully fleshed out. Maybe the ending it fleshed out a little bit, but even then I'm not fully convinced. But yeah, I just didn't think the writing was that strong. I think Doug Liman's direction gets the job done, but I don't think it's anything incredible. Overall, this film is mediocre at best. Again, I gave it a 71 out of 100. But I still wanted to talk about it because I just can't get it out of my head because it's so damn entertaining. And there's movies like that. The Fast and Furious franchise is one of my guilty pleasures. So I legitimately like those movies. But critically, we can all admit that as the series has gone on, it's gotten a little bit more, not as good as some of the original. Fast 5 is legitimately a great movie. But I go into every Fast and Furious movie locked in knowing that, yeah, it's going to be ridiculous, but I'm going to love the hell out of it. Those movies are movies that I love. It is the definition of the turn your brain off and just enjoy the action and just the craziness. That subgenre of movies is, I think, one of my favorites in film. I legitimately, because you know it when you see it. Going in, you're yep, I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of this movie. I'm gonna turn my brain off. I'm gonna eat some popcorn, and I'm gonna love it. But yeah, still not great movies though. But at the end of the day, I think I did this a little more coherently. I'm just going to say that. So shout outs to me. Don't have to do it a third time. But at the end of the day, I think really, one, I wanted to come on here to check in with you guys because I haven't been here for a little bit. Two, I wanted to talk about Roadhouse because while I didn't like it critically, I enjoyed it from an entertainment standpoint. And three, I kind of just wanted this to be a message to people in general as to hey, you may not like a film critically. It may not be sound from a critical standpoint, but if it's entertaining and you really like it, and maybe you got some recency bias, you go talk about how much you like it, and also don't fall into the trap of everyone's bashing it critically, but you really liked it because it was entertaining. Don't fall into the pit of I'm not going to talk about. Talk about the movies you want to talk about. Roadhouse has been dragged through the mud, at least from what I've seen from the critics I follow. But I still want to talk about it and talk about how entertaining it was, and I enjoyed it. So yeah, if you pull anything from this movie, don't be afraid to talk about the movies you love, even if they have critically been dragged through the mud and bashed. I have always had the reputation, and people have told me this, of overrating movies and being a very light critic, if that makes sense. And I've tried to temper that over the past few years. I think this year in general, I've gotten better at it. It is still only March, so there's a lot of time left, but I'm not going to let the critical side of me not enjoy movies. Not enjoy bad-ish movies, if that makes sense. I'm going to open myself up to I really liked Roadhouse. I'm going to talk about it even though I gave it a 71 out of 100. So, if you're down for that, make sure you subscribe. Trying to get to 500 subs by the end of the year. A lofty goal. We just got to 1,600. Thank you so much. It's a lofty goal. But if you enjoy anything that I say, any rambling that I do, go check out my other videos, but also make sure you subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Comment, do all the things you do on YouTube. Let me know down below in the comments. Anything that I said today, let me know. Did I get through to anyone? I don't know. Again, I may have just rambled for like 10 minutes. I don't know. I wanted to make a video for you guys. I want to say what's up. But yeah, let me know. I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. What did you think of Roadhouse? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know why. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it. I just wanted to check in. I want to say hi. I love you guys. You guys are great. And get ready for a more fun slate. We got Monkey Man coming. We got Civil War coming. There's going to be a lot of really, I think, high-octane, interesting, fun movies that are coming out in the next few months that I'm excited about. All right. Subscribe. Go subscribe to my second channel. That'll be linked in the description. Go follow me on social media. Go check out my Instagram page. That'll all be linked in the description. Make sure you subscribe here. Like and comment. Do all the things you do on YouTube. I appreciate you all. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Go watch Roadhouse. It's fun. And we'll see you in the next video.